Hey, don't say what you wanna do. It's better when I can just read the expressions on your face. Yes, yes. 'Cause when they put two people together like those, daydreaming and I'm dreaming of you. Daydreaming and I'm thinking of you. Ooh, when the lights are raised and it's just me and you. Let's get vulnerable. Oh, sensitive to the touch. There's no need for words. And actions speak volumes. I love the way you blush. I love the way you blush.
Good evening, Cheyenne. All my friends in Cheyenne. It's Frankie Parker on the Frankie and Neil on IntellectualRadio.com, iHeartRadio. It's a pleasure once again to be back on air. Once again, a great pleasure to have such great guests. Speaking of guests, as you guys can see, this gentleman here has a beard, so it can't be Nycee. I want y'all to put your hands together for my co-host for this evening. Give it up for Mr. Khalif Rasul. Yay! Okay, so he's going to be the guest. So I want y'all to be very, very, very nice and be very courteous and don't break his heart so much in this discussion because we're going to have a great discussion today. How are you today?
I'm absolutely wonderful.
That's good. Absolutely. Thank you for accepting my invitation to be my co-host.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anytime you call, I'll come.
All right. Oh, that's good for publicity. Thanks.
Is it?
Yes. Okay, call him on his bull. You can call it 708-223-8953. That's 708-223-8953. And also, ladies and gentlemen, today we're not going live on Facebook because I am a one-man show today. Normally, Nycee would do the music and I would do the video, but I have to do the music, so I can't do the video today. So you are forced to go to www.IntellectualRadio.com to watch the show, which is good for us anyway. So anyway,
yes.
Back to the good stuff.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to talk hot topics. We're just going to jump right into it because I want to get to my guest because I can't wait to hear what she's got to say because I know she's got some cool things to say and tell me and teach me and maybe sing to me or rap to me on blast. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk Olympics briefly.
Okay.
Did you see the torso race?
I watched.
You watched.
I think she did a good job. You can secure your medal by any means necessary.
You think diving to the finish line was a good job?
You got to do what you got to do to get the goal.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know what's going on, okay, so there was this big race. I don't know the U.S. Olympian's name, but she's won like a million times, and she is the most winningest female track participant of all time.
Okay,
I can't remember her name, so if you know the name, call in and tell me. But anyway, she was going against this woman from the Bahamas, a Bahamian contestant, and she was the USA girl was on. I mean, like she was leading the whole race until the final stretch. Final stretch comes. Here comes the little Bahamian chick running up behind her.
Absolutely.
And she doesn't actually make it to the front, but instead she takes a straight nosedive into the finish line.
As long as you cross the line before everyone else, that's all that's important.
I think it's cheating.
It's not cheating. There's no rule to say you can't dive across the finish line.
But it's not fair because that's not.
How is it not fair?
Because it's not a diving contest.
She didn't cheat.
You're not in a swimming pool. We're not watching you nosedive. We're watching you run.
But she didn't cheat.
Okay, on the basis of technicalities, no, she did not cheat.
Exactly.
But morally,
she didn't cheat.
Sportsmanship wise.
Any means necessary. When you leave the starting block, it is any means necessary.
Okay. Whatever. They're going to change that rule.
They shouldn't. Why? I think it was very interesting. We're talking about it.
Okay, but
you would have never talked about this if it wasn't that interesting.
Very true. Very true. Controversy brings on discussion. However, the controversy is, should she have used her hands to win the race?
But it wasn't
her torso. What? Her whole body. She dove into it.
It's her face. It's her forehead region, her nose. That's what crosses the skin.
Specific.
But that's what it is. That's what the Olympics does.
Okay.
They go and do the photo finish.
So why don't you think they should use the torso
I
instead
think
of?
because it's stupid.
Why?
Because your torso is in alignment with such an odd way that wouldn't make any sense. Like your arms don't make any sense either.
The whole function of running requires that you have a torso area, right?
But your core is going to be your core. Your nose, your arms, your neck, all those things have to be extended.
But there's only one stagnant position that torso is in. So you can so there's no.
I like it the way it is.
Okay.
I thought that she did a really good job. I would have probably done the same thing if it was I.
Because you're a cheater. Ladies and gentlemen, call 708-223-8953. You know what it is. Let us settle this dispute. Let's settle it. Do you think that the young lady that participated in the track meet against the USA contestant, did she cheat? Is it a form of cheating? Okay, better yet, let me reform the question. Is it sportsmanlike that she did that?
It is.
Okay. You're going to keep saying that.
All the way.
Okay, let's speak in the sportsmanlike. Let's talk about why you think Jay Cutler should be killed.
One, because he sucks as a quarterback. I think we wasted $14 million on a loser. I think he should only be allowed to chuck peanuts in the stands.
That's
for $14
petty.
million. Then he should only clean up the stands. Like he should have to clean the whole stadium after everybody leaves.
Why? To make up for the $14 million?
Absolutely.
How about you just stop watching the Bears because they all suck?
Whoa,
what game did they just play? Who they play? The Chargers, right?
Once again,
and it was like 22-0. Who was it? The Broncos. Okay, whatever. I'm not a sports. I'm not a connoisseur of football, but I do understand losing. I get that clearly.
Clearly. You must have lost quite a few games.
Oh, yeah. Some people have just lost one. Okay. So 22-0 is the score.
Yes.
And you know, it's the first game. So why am I impressed?
Who should you put the blame on, right? You blame Cutler because Cutler sucks. But as my brothers and I sit around watching the game, they won't blame Cutler. They won't blame.
Who will they blame?
Everybody else. There's only one guy that I blame, and it's Cutler. Cutler. I'm waiting on the day that somebody throws the perfect spiral to the back of his helmet where his brain and his spine detaches and he dies on the field.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, please understand that I have a female voice and this is a male voice saying that, which means that Frankie and Nycee are not responsible for the actions of Jay Cutler. Just letting y'all know out there.
Being honest, the dude sucks, man.
Yeah,
it's tons of people who believe the same thing. We've wasted money on this cat. For the time he's been in Chicago, he hasn't done anything. He hasn't produced anything.
Okay, so is that why you stayed at home all weekend because you had nothing else to do but wallow over the fact that the Bears lost?
No. My children and the rest of my family all had more important things to do.
They're watching Bears?
No, the Bears came on Thursday.
Oh, they come on this Thursday.
They come again on Thursday again.
I'm glad I'm in choir rehearsal. 7 o'clock. I'll be there. I'll be there on time, y'all. I promise.
All the preseason games for the Bears this year.
I promise. I will be on time. Shout out to Mahmoud Khan, my minister of music. I'll be there on time. Okay. Okay. Speaking of on time. There's this crazy thing that's happened down in Louisiana. And the reason why I use the segue on time is because the country is in such an uproar about, racial indifference and political indifference and all this other stuff. So to be reminded of Katrina naturally, segues into time. Okay. So Baton Rouge, there was a big rainstorm. Houses were washed away. People are displaced. But I don't hear anyone being called a refugee. Okay, it got silent. Did I just silence you?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't call people who live there refugees.
Okay, we know that.
Okay,
but we know this is a mistake. The first time that they
did this was dumb. They did it quite a few times over that course of probably that year or that few years between the Haitian refugees and the Katrina
refugees,
right? So I think now people are more politically correct. You don't want to be too insensitive to people. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like that's the only reason why they changed it.
I don't know if that's the only reason why they changed it.
Why would you assume?
I would assume that my natural assumption was the demographics, the area. I mean, it didn't pertain to the people that they wanted to call refugees.
Well, I mean, we all know that minorities are always called refugees, right?
Yeah.
But white folks are always called survivors.
Or no, victims.
Yes.
That's my favorite one.
I think the hero
Victims.
The hero. Every white person is a hero. I shot 32 people in Iraq. I'm a hero. You're not a hero. You killed 6
you're
kids.
a killer.
Like, you're a killer. You're a murderer.
But,
is what you are. Let's be clear. But only in white America does that make sense. For black folks, it's just we are who we are.
Yeah.
We don't look at it that way.
So we're moving on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to say a prayer for the Baton Rouge people, and then hopefully they'll get everything together, and they'll get the money that they need. I don't know how broke Louisiana. Hopefully they're not Illinois status broke, because everybody will be homeless.
Ooh.
Nobody have any water. Oh yes, shout out to Ronner. Shout out.
Yeah, y'all voted.
Shout out. Yeah, no, not y'all.
Y'all. Yeah,
don't say y'all.
Yeah, I have to say
no.
Y'all.
Frankie Parker voted Democrat. She would have voted that idiot Quinn back in. Not a problem. Not a problem.
I'm waiting on Blagojevich.
Dance, puppets, dance. That's what I think of a Quinn.
When Blagojevich, whatever his name is, I can't get it out right now. When he gets out,
the hair. That's what I call him.
I'll make sure I vote for that guy.
Who, him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why?
I like slime balls.
Oh,
Jesse Jackson
nice.
Jr., slime ball. Daily slime ball. I like the slime balls.
Me too. I like them too. So speaking of a ball, I had a ball this weekend at this place called Kimski. Okay, so I'm big on adventures. Like, I like to go to different parts of the city, even if I need GPS, because sometimes the blind in me forgets where I'm going. And, I like to discover new places. So this is kind of the reason, ladies and gentlemen, why we have the subject matter of today, which will be about the millennial life. So I went to this cool place called Kimski. Kimski sounds a little different, right? Kimski, a little off. Sounds slightly Polish. Well, it is. It's half Polish. The food is half Polish, half Korean. So you go into this place, and it's super yuppie. It's like mad yuppie. All these drinks, like, okay, first of all, you're in a yuppie place when you Hennessy and they look at you and laugh. I didn't ask for Hennessy, but somebody with me did. And I was like, you're a daddy. No, I don't drink Hennessy. I'm a Jack Daniels kind of girl.
That's very sad.
I'm a vodka kind of girl. Yes. So anyway, so we went into this place and it was really cool. It had like these cool, like IKEA-esque furniture pieces. You grab a chair and you pull the chair up and it's a crate. So my question is, like, when all of a sudden this stuff like, restaurants with crates in it actually become cool? When we were kids, you got the crate if you were the last person at the dinner table, and it was like 6 of us at the table.
Oh Lord,
sometimes we would sit on the floor, right?
No.
When you ain't never had a house full of people for Thanksgiving, and the kids. Am I the only crazy person in here?
We grew up on the south side of Chicago in a very large home.
I don't want you to feel that my suburban life has been tainted because I sat on a crate.
Sitting on crates?
No, not true. Not true at all. Not true at all. Thanksgiving comes. None of the kids can sit at the big dinner table. You have a little table, like you have a little type table with the little yellow plastic
or card table
legs or whatever, or a card table. But if it's like a million of us, everybody ain't gonna be sitting at the table, right? No. So you put paper on the floor, and you would sit on the floor. So this is my idea. I'm gonna create a restaurant.
Well, you just put paper on the
floor?
We
put paper on the floor.
Listen, the funny part is that white America like that, right? Because it's almost similar to having the same.
But black America would too, because I enjoyed it. No. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed going to Kimski.
Once again, we're talking about you. You're different.
Oh, you tried it.
Yeah, no, you were very different. Real black folks are not about to sit on the floor. As a Muslim, I am accustomed to sitting on the floor all the time. I have no.
So you should have no complaints.
I don't. But the fact that you would put a piece of paper down as if I was a pup to sit on that and then to eat.
Okay, so we put a picnic cover on the floor and
a carpet.
I don't like the word picnic for obvious reasons, but you know what I'm saying. A barbecue
cover.
Because you can't say picnic. That's not right. That's not politically right.
No, it is.
No, it's not. It's not politically correct.
Like picnic?
No, I don't like that word. Kind of reminds me of a word called pickaninny.
Or pick a nigga.
Yeah, pick a nigga.
Either
there
one.
You go. Either way,
I got you.
It's
I'm just saying, like,
it's just effed up.
I wouldn't want to go to a restaurant where I had to sit on the floor unless it was carpeted and maybe if it had a smaller table.
Okay, but what about all these Ethiopian restaurants where you go and you take food and you dip it and you sit on the floor? You dip and you sit. You sit and you dip.
That's fine.
What's wrong with that?
I'm black.
Okay.
And I grew up on the south side of Chicago.
So what does that mean?
A dining room
what
table.
What does that mean?
With a leaf in it.
But you probably used a crate for your basketball rim.
Whoa, now hold on.
Oh. Did I step on a toe?
No.
Did I step on a toe?
This is where the hoop dreams begin. Every great basketball player started
with a crate. Started with a crate. Now you're here. Okay. So just because I use the crate differently makes me.
Yes, absolutely. No, I mean, don't get mad. I'm not mad at that because I used to at one point in time I didn't have a bed frame, but I used crates in order to keep my bed above.
Very IKEA-esque.
Yes, right. That wasn't.
And they're making money off of this stuff, and this is what I'm saying. We could build a restaurant and put nothing in there.
Too much like a pub.
But covers and pillows, and people just eat and get fat and then lay down on the side of the.
So that's the episode of the Boondocks.
Sure. Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yes.
I love that. So it's not really a patented idea. They already did
I like the
that.
IKEA furniture. I like my restaurants to be dope.
Okay, now you're a movie guy. I just thought about something. Did you see Sausage Party?
I have not yet seen Sausage Party. I really would like to go sit and watch that.
I just want to figure out, okay, because the perv in me is like, how are these foods going to have sex? Like, I'm concerned. I'm curious.
How a bun and a hot dog can get
okay,
together?
that's different, and that's a little too much for the audience.
I mean,
I'm just
a bun
saying.
and a hot dog?
Okay, well,
we all eat hot dogs on a bun, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Or you probably do bread.
I don't, because I don't eat pork or beef.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't eat turkey hot dogs either, or chicken hot dogs.
I was just familiar with the fact that you said you used to sit on a crate. So people.
Okay, so are we going back to the crate, or we talking about Sausage Party?
Usually, like,
because I definitely tried to change the subject. I so tried to change the subject.
But no, I mean, I think that the movie is going to be pretty funny. I think it's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny concept. So
yeah, Seth Rogen is a genius
I
at
like
comedy. He's absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to watch these. Like literally food porn. It's that great. That's so great.
It's real safe. Unfortunately, not for little kids.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break because I think we bantered enough. I'm so excited to have this young lady on my show, and I think she is like the next up and coming thing in Chicago. She just, she got to get ready. She got to get ready. So, okay, we're going to take a break, and we're going to bring up our guest for today, Miss Sarita Campbell, y'all, okay? So stay tuned to the Frankie and Nycee radio show on IntellectualRadio.com, iHeartRadio, and we'll be right back.
Matters of the heart are like wildfire. You've got no control. Daggers in the back are inevitable when three people are involved. Matters of the heart. Got no control. Daggers in the back when three people are involved. Matters of the heart are like a fire. Got no control. Don't let all the fear be in vain. Alright, 'cause I just wanna love you. Yeah. I'm not asking you to run away with me. But if I do, don't let it be late. Don't hesitate to give it all to me. 'Cause in my soul, my heart, yeah. 'Cause you know I'm really everything in its place. There's a forward race. Give you all up in my space. So don't let our affair be in vain. Oh, baby.
And we're back on the Frankie and Nycee radio show on IntellectualRadio.com, iHeartRadio. What you just heard was a great song by my great friend, Mr. Adam Ness, a Chicago artist. He's really from Detroit, but Chicago artist who is just blowing up all over the place. And that song was called Affair in Vain. He's got a new project coming out, and we are hoping to have Adam Ness. Adam, we are hoping to have you on the show. Yeah, I just called you out. Call me back. Okay, now we can go back. Thank you so much for joining the panel, Miss Sarita Campbell. Put your hands together, Chicago, Miss Sarita Campbell.
Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, huh? A little late, aren't we? Huh? Just a little bit. welcome to the show. Thank you for accepting the invitation.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so thrilled to have you on the show. Why? Because you had such great rave reviews at the community fest. So check it out, audience. So I'm always doing something. Y'all know this. And my church, First Baptist Church of University Park. Shout out to Reggie Williams, my pastor. Hey. Anyway, he started. Him and his wife Keita, First Lady Keita. They started this festival that was created to help the community with preparing for school and encouraging the community of University Park to, in unity. And it's called Community Fest, COME-Unity Fest. And I was responsible for producing the stage acts and directing the stage for the day. So I got a phone call from Miss Allison Jordan, manager of Drusadora and sister of Drusadora. And she was like, I got this person I want you to call because they have a really good choir. Called the person about the choir. And she was like, we can't do it, but I got this really dope artist. And I was like, okay, no tea, no shade, not to say anything about your craft, but I was super desperate. So I was like, whatever, put on. Whatever. She's got, what did I give you? Like 15, 20 minutes, I think. Yeah. Like 20 minutes. Put her on. So they sent me the music. I didn't even listen to it. That's where I was at this point. I was just done.
I understand.
Done. Okay. So she comes on the stage and she's like, kind of dress how you dress today, kind of chill. I'm like, what is she going to do? She snapped, y'all. Like, it was crazy. It was like this singing, this rapping. It was like turn up music. It was crazy. And anytime you get Reggie to come up to the front of the stage and to stand there and bob for like 10 minutes, you can keep his attention for 10 minutes. Homie, you're good.
Oh, wow.
You're good.
That's what's up.
And then my pastor's wife called and was like raving about you. And so I had to get you on the show. So thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for letting me come here. I'm excited.
Yes.
Super excited, like for real.
Yeah, it's a great experience, and I hope that we can do some stuff because I think we saw each other and we were like,
yes.
There you go with that, yes.
Because you was blazing. Like, I'm just being real honest. I love great talent, and you are one.
Thank you. You hear that? I'm talented.
Yeah.
I can whistle real well too.
Okay, go ahead. In the key E.
Not right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. My color theory palette is not ready.
Your color theory palette.
CMYK
okay, what's
whistle.
your color? What's your main?
Don't
color
worry about
artistry?
that. The CMYK in my voice is not
when
ready.
the fingers go like this, that means he's really trying to find something.
I got to grab.
He's looking for it. He's reaching.
I got to do this.
Some singers, they do that, but it's way more dramatic. It's like, here I am again.
I sing in the key of everything.
Here I am again. Yeah. Okay. I'm turning you up because we can't hear you. I want to make sure that we can hear you. Okay. Is that better?
Quiet.
Yeah, you actually were quiet.
I come forceful if I had eaten.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. What did you eat?
Pizza. Home run pizza.
Oh, so you're a West Sider.
We had came because that's where we ended up getting lost at.
So y'all got lost coming
GPS
here?
GPS told you to go get something to eat?
Yeah.
The GPS, you put the address in, the GPS said, just go get some pizza.
Yeah, let's go eat first.
But you're really not from here, right? You're from Milwaukee.
I'm from Milwaukee.
Okay.
Actually, I'm originally from North Carolina.
Okay, I saw that in the bio.
Yeah, but then I moved to Milwaukee like in 1998.
Okay, so you're from Milwaukee because you've been in like almost 20 years.
I still get lost there.
Are you kidding me?
GPS every day.
Wow. So what do you think about what's happening in Milwaukee now?
Ooh, it's a lot of mixed emotions. And I'll say that to start with, we had a lot to jump off. It happened so fast that it caught a lot of people by surprise. It also made a lot of people mad. So a young man, he was, obviously they said that he was a suspect, or they looked at him and he looked like he was suspicious. So they went to pull him over. When they went to pull him over, him and the guy that was driving jumped out the car and started running. Okay. Now there's 12 different stories and you know how that goes. Right. So one story that the media tried to say was that he had a gun in his hand with 23 rounds in it. Okay. And instead of him continuing to run, they said he turned around and to face the cop. The cop feared for his life. Oh, you know how they, fear. Okay. So
with all the armor on.
Right. So he feared for his life and he shot,
and killed the guy.
So are they saying that they really found the gun, or is it some like drummed up story
they
that
claim
they?
that they found them. They also said that the police officer had a body cam. Now, here's the other crazy thing, though. The police officer that shot man was African American as well.
Oh.
Now, it gets deeper
Mm-hmm.
because according to what the family is now saying and the new information that has surfaced, apparently the young man who shot him actually knew him because they went to school together.
Whoa.
So apparently there was some beef in there, and this is the stories that are now surfacing, you know, in there, as more or less like a black on black crime situation. Meanwhile, in the midst of it, the people got angry. And you've got Dontre Hamilton that got shot at Red Arrow Park about 2 years ago,
Mhm.
and he got shot 14 times.
Wow.
And he did not have a gun or any type of weapon on him.
By the police. Okay.
Then right after that, we just had a guy by the name of Jay, and he got the same treatment.
Wow.
And we marched quiet
Because I don't remember.
because they were controlling it really well.
Okay.
And everybody was, you know, beefing up, and we just kind of suppressed it. As far as to try to throw in some old dirt and bring it back alive to cover up what they had done.
Okay.
So Alexis Patterson, familiar with this young lady, she went missing like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, they surfaced, and all of a sudden they found her in Ohio when Jay got shot. So now everybody changed the focus. You know how you do it.
Well, yeah.
Changed the focus and went on, oh my God, they found her, only to find
They're
out.
heroes now because they found the girl.
But that wasn't her.
Oh.
And then
what?
Right. Thank you. So a lot of stuff
that was like juicy gossipy almost though. That was like
a lot of it is, and there's a whole lot of unanswered questions, a whole lot of parents that's down there crying. They're hurt. They're not getting answers. The cases are going to where the police officers are getting off. And the kids are mad. It's to the point. And then when you look around the world and you see all of the different things that's going on in the world, then all of that stuff starts to cake up on you.
Right.
You start to feel like you're a victim even when you're not.
Right.
Even though we are.
Right.
You get where I'm coming
Right.
from? So a lot of these kids, they were emotional. When you listen to some of them talk, they're saying we don't have anything in this hood. They take the basketball courts down in the summertime so that they can't go out there because they fear that somebody's going to get shot. Exactly. So you've taken all the resources out of the community. They don't have any after school programs. They don't have any summer programs like they're supposed to. So what is your child supposed to do?
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
So they burnt the place down. There was a situation that took place on the same corner, that same gas station. And apparently some guys had come in to try to get some food from the store. And of course, you know, that's not how it went. There was about 19 of those guys. They came inside of the store, and some of them, they said they thought that they were stealing.
Okay.
So he tried to tell them to go out of the store, and they started arguing back. And the guy, the owner of the store, shot at them, but he really shot in the air, and they boycotted the place.
Right.
So they made peace.
And this is coming from a young group of kids, right?
Yeah.
That you might consider millennials, correct?
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's our subject matter for today. We're talking about the millennial group, the millennial generations, because it's actually a course of different generations.
Okay.
Brother Khalif and I have been disputing this.
But this is okay. So it's two things here because we'll talk about that. I really am on two sides of the fence with all of this, right?
I am too.
Like, I'm ready to set something on fire. I don't think that we are ready. And this is the honest to God truth. I'm tired of people marching because the marching is almost do something to the black people. They'll walk around, we'll control it. 3 days later, it's all over and nothing is resolved.
They give them their pouting moment.
Right.
Yeah.
But you start setting some things ablaze. And even in your own community, people change their attitude, right? So now you have to do something different. The opportunity for young folks to be better at civil rights rebellion is not really good because you're talking about aggressive people who are highly medicated on stuff that other people thought, hey, this kid got ADHD, he got this, he got that, right? So you're a powder keg anyway. So there are so many things that are going to resolve in flames and cops being killed and things of this nature. And I'm really not at a point where I guess I'm so blue matters, black folks matter. No, what matters is that you stop oppressing people. Yeah. In slavery, the slaves will see we got you. You got to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
Once you go to sleep, you may wake up to one of us being in your house. The opportunity of one of us coming in and killing you is what it is.
Right.
So it's like at some point we realize that the history that we've gone through is going to repeat itself in both fashions.
Exactly.
Not just the oppression part, but the rebellion part is going to happen. Nat Turner wasn't just the only one.
Right.
And he won't be the only one, right?
Right.
Especially in this type of situation. These young brothers are getting tired. These young sisters are what keep us smart and together. But
The millennials.
Exactly.
The honesty is that like that whole moment is going to happen. Millennials are millennials, man. I don't like your number on millennials.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what Vanity Fair said. Vanity Fair said that the millennial range starts at 1982, which is after you were born, right?
Right, I was born in 77.
Just making sure.
77.
I'm just saying. IJS. Yeah, Sarita, I know you with him, right? But I'm not trying to offend you. I'm trying to offend him.
Look, somewhere around there.
It's okay.
She's
actually 21.
okay. All right.
You look at you.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Call 702-723-8953 if you know Sarita was lying. If you know she was lying, it's okay. Call out.
She can be 21 for 10 years.
Okay, yeah. 21, yeah. Okay, with a 17-year-old. I want to know how that happens.
Listen, I can tell you how
These
that
days,
Okay, I don't want to know your
Yeah,
because that sounds creepy.
science
Okay.
is great.
Yeah,
Science is great.
It's amazing.
These days, they have started creating stuff.
Yeah. So you
Actually
gotta.
not be born and have a child.
So you got a Jurassic Park baby, like baby was like incubated in a tube,
See, I told you.
and carried in a barbasol can.
I was preserved.
Yeah.
She's not even from here. She's from a whole nother planet.
She from the
That's why
moon.
she's so dope. She's like, I ain't from this planet, son.
Oh, okay. So we on some Erykah Badu stuff. Okay. I do want to know a little bit more, about your perspective of this millennial thing. So let me give you the age range. It's actually covering 1982 up to the present, and it covers 2 generations. Well, we all know there are 3 that people refer to in letter formats: X, Y, and Z. X is y'all. Y is
The
me.
most powerful one.
Y is me.
It's
And
slipping.
then
Isn't that the chromosome you can miss?
he's so funny. And then so don't feel about him. Like, it's okay. You're young and beautiful and vivacious and talented, and you have so much more living.
Yes.
I mean,
I can't say that for everybody.
I mean, 'cause you are shooting today.
Bam.
I mean, you shot bullets by now, right? Wow, very true.
So they were talking. Asked a couple of people a few questions. The reason why I asked these questions is because the restaurant I was talking about, the Kimski restaurant, it was a range of us, different age ranges, that went out to dinner to this place, and we picked different places to go to dinner every month. And this particular place was selected by someone in my age range, where there were other people in the 60s, 50s, 40s. So this particular place was kind of yuppie-ish, and I talked to the gentleman, the upper echelon, and and he's old school. He's an old school brother, still got a curl. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it Richmond.
Curl.
But I do the blasting. So, he's still old school with it, and he didn't like the place. And I believe that it was like a generational thing, where it was something that he couldn't really understand. He's used to sitting at a table with steak and potatoes and candles on the plate. Everybody's in tuxedos that wait on you, like
Right.
he's about that golden girl life. Yeah, I mean, I want to live though, not the Titanic. Maybe like the Royal Caribbean on like senior night. I don't know. But we were talking about how like different generations are attracted to different things naturally. Every generation has experienced that. And I just got into the thinking of a millennial. Like, okay, why is that appealing to me? A place that I sit on boxes and they serve like, this import beer that I've never heard of from this country I've never been to or can't even get a passport for. Like,
Right.
Why is this appealing to me? So this made me start to go and research. So I started talking to people that were like in their 50s, just a little older than you.
Right.
And one was and I asked them both, several people, but 2 particular what their definition of a millennial is, like if they were to describe one.
Mm-hmm.
So these were the definitions I had. Obsessed with ourselves, no regard to tradition, no respect for authority.
That is.
Let me see. Oh, this is my favorite one. Anarchist.
Sanity.
That's my favorite one.
Wow.
And then here's some other descriptions. The first one, this was funny to me. They're just a younger generation than me.
That was funny.
And very understanding.
But he had no trouble with millennials, and he said that the generation before him had failed them miserably. Yeah, the one that's closer to your age.
Yes.
And their expectation levels are high. That they are not afraid to pursue their liberties and civil rights.
Right, and that's what's happening.
So
right now.
Then I asked them the influence of hip hop, because I knew you were coming on the show.
Yeah, that's a good topic.
Okay, so
that is
we can talk about that. So I asked about the hip hop question, and if the millennials are more influential on hip hop, or is hip hop more influential on the millennials?
Yeah.
And I think hip hop is more influential on the millennials, and that's the question I get. That same person also told me their favorite millennial is Justin Bieber. Yes. So that might alter some things, in your head.
Where are you at?
I can't tell you that because Donald Lawson might get me.
Yes. He should come and
the other person's choice of favorite millennial was LeBron James, and that's because he doesn't take any mess, and that's not the word he used.
Wow.
So
that is.
Let's talk about the hip hop. Who's more influential, the hip hop nation to the millennials, or the millennials to the hip hop nation?
Oh, it's gonna be the hip hop to the millennials.
Why? Because
everything is about what I see, and then I make a choice. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the beat is automatically appealing. That means it is targeting a certain person that likes that. Well, we know for a fact that when you start getting on up there in age, you want the bass down a little bit, and just turn all that racket down. You know what I'm saying? So it is definitely not trying to grasp our attention.
Right.
Our grandmamas, no, they definitely aren't gonna do it. But for anybody that's down beneath us or with us, because some of us can handle it. I still think I can keep up.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I do.
But for all of them that's down there, those ones are the ones that is catching this attention. So now, as soon as I grab your attention, then now I'm gonna start listening, and it doesn't even really matter what I'm listening to. So it grabs them.
Mm-hmm.
It grabs them automatically. Now they're sucked in, and then whatever it is based on the appearance and what they like about that person, and they select their role model or their god. You know what I'm saying?
Based upon the music that they listen, the artists that they listen to,
and what they can relate to.
Okay. What about you?
Hip hop to the millennials. I mean, honestly, if they really, really took a moment to listen to 90s hip hop, it would clear up a lot of the problems,
It
right?
sure would.
Like 90s hip hop, R&B, that's it. It don't get no better than that, right? But if they were listening to this 90s stuff, they would understand, I guess, what they're going through, right? Some groups of people who already understood what you were going through. Oppression is what oppression is. Oppression is the same. It won't change. So how do you solve oppression? Well, you solve oppression by starting to do things that your oppressors can't do for you. So if they stop listening to the hood booger music, right, where it's just a beat and it's some I'm turned and that's it.
Yes.
What the young dude say? He said I don't need to talk like a Scarface no more. As long as the music turned, that's all I care about.
Oh, that's deep.
And I was like,
that's stupid.
Right. And that's also by one of the guys who was one of the most popular artists out now.
Okay.
It's clear that you have nothing. So and then another part is if you can't read, you can't write.
Well, that's what I think what that answer was, with him saying about, Scarface. I think there's validity in what you're saying, but I also think too that if they keep the standards low, then they don't have to do anything.
Once again, if you can't read, you can't write. Right. You can't come up with the adequate words to describe your oppressor and what he's doing to you.
Or just to describe anything poetically, period.
Right, because you have to remember that, we come from what we create our own,
Right.
and that didn't just start happening in hip hop. It happened in slavery. So
Right.
if you understood that,
Right.
then you give another group of people who go, I don't care about slavery. I don't care about Malcolm X.
Exactly.
I don't care. So when you start, I don't care, and you start eliminating so many other
Right.
things out your life,
Right.
and so much of your addiction,
Right.
right? And so then, if your life has been surrounded by the SpongeBobs of the world, right, the people who just watch cartoons all day long.
Shout out to SpongeBob.
So-
I like
shout out to
Hey.
no. but then the flip side to that is that the millennials have people like what's his name? What's my guy here? Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper.
What's the guy from Compton?
Kendrick Lamar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you
My
have
favorite.
some really good
Intellectual.
right footprints. I just think that those two brothers understood what hip hop was about.
Is it a coincidence that though most times when type of artists come out that somehow they like disappear off the face of the earth, i.e. Lupe Fiasco?
I.e. no. No, that's not what happens. It's we, the collective body, don't make it important to have it on the radio enough.
I don't know if that's true.
It is true, because what they look at is the demographic of people who's listening to the garbage. So if you listen to the garbage, I'm going to keep playing the garbage.
I know, but at the same time though, there's a point where people like the thinkers, because thinkers, Lupe Fiasco, Kanye West.
Mhm.
I'm going to even go as far as saying Common, because he kind of lost his way for a little while and came back.
Yeah,
but
yeah, come back though, good.
But
gonna say-
then you have to add that too to the fact that millennials, right,
Mhm.
are, and if you're talking about that group, it's two different ways that they listen to music. I know I listen to music different from when my children listen to music. They'll listen to the radio all day long. It's the same 6 songs.
But you listen to the radio. Do you listen to the radio?
I do listen to the radio.
Listen to the radio?
I normally don't.
I listen to V103, so I'm good, right? But when it comes down to hip hop music and things like that, I'll listen to something else, right? I'll
Right.
go any other place that I possibly can and listen to your album. That's what I prefer to do, and I prefer to hear it's the garbage in between.
So at you being an artist and you having to, because you're hip hop, like in
Yeah.
essence, you are. Your performance, even with you singing, it was kind of had like a Lauryn Hill-esque thing to it, because you could sing and you could rap, you could deliver. So when you're creating, how important is it for you? The real question is, are you aiming your music towards those millennials, or are you just fulfilling your craft, fulfilling the dream of creating your craft in free?
And at this point, this is early, we're just tossing it out who will, who will actually like it the most. Looking at, what age group is actually, streaming it the most. And in most cases, this time it wasn't.
So what was the age group?
Like between 35 and 44.
Wow. That's
Believe it or-
interesting.
Very interesting.
Generation X.
I actually thought, but then again, it's not really, because that generation, the millennials, really don't have, and this is sad to say, the money that we had.
Mhm.
So downloading stuff on iTunes and buying stuff nowadays, it's not
It's
like
a wrap.
Yeah. So I mean, they're gonna steal it.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
they're not gonna.
You steal my stuff, and I don't mean stuff. I'm coming for you. I'm sorry,
once
feds.
again, that's it. Generation X, right? We bought everything. You had to go
Yeah.
over to one track and get your
Right.
your CD.
Right.
Like, you had to go buy that.
I did that too.
Oh, did you?
I went to Sam
I didn't know.
Goody,
You said you were from
and
millennial.
I went to Tower Records before they got turned down.
So
Yeah.
you're not millennial. Okay.
I am a millennial because I was
No, you
born.
didn't remember that part.
Yes,
You
yes.
wouldn't
I was born in
remember that part as millennial.
1983.
Oh, no.
It started in 1982.
Oh.
That's the cutoff.
So for that 1 year,
So
you were
March
buying
9th,
CDs, you were buying
1983.
On the edge.
Yeah.
Right there on the edge.
Between
Mhm.
And I'm soaking it up and sucking it in. I'm taking advantage of that edge.
Nah,
We're living
get
life
that.
on the edge.
So you're an
literally.
old millennial. That's what you are.
That's okay. I'll take that.
Millennial.
You're just old.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna try that I'm one too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
Whatever.
fit in there. You were
You're
21.
a musician. You can lie about your age for the rest of your life.
I think we can move.
We can. We can
So
shift.
you saying graphic designers can't? Because I do
Oh,
Photoshop.
his teeth got tight.
I mean,
Whew, he
let's
got
be
mad at me.
Because I can lie about my age.
Okay.
I still look like I'm 39.
Oh,
He just professed.
oh, Jesus. Okay.
I'm just saying. I
So,
don't care.
and then your music is like, you're doing inspirational music. I don't even want to call it Christian music. I mean, I don't,
Yeah.
because that's a millennial thing. you know. But
right.
but there's this concept, and I was reading an excerpt from one of the programs at church. We have these things called pastors notes, and they were talking about in this particular note about fugitives, like religious fugitives. And you could chime in on this, even though he's a Muslim, so you know he could chime in on this.
What does
too.
that mean? Why
Okay, because when we were in the back talking,
I mean, like, you don't know nothing about Christianity.
No, we were in the back talking, and you said you didn't want to talk about it. You didn't really want to talk about it because you didn't know if you could fit in on that conversation about Black Christianity.
On these conversations. I just don't think everybody.
We argue like this all the time. I just need them to pause.
You know what? But then this goes back to the millennial again. You know why? Because that generation or that group of people really are more open to other religions.
Yes.
Than, you know, some of the stiff necks. You
know? So they have this terminology. I don't want to lean on that. They have this terminology called a fugitive. Okay. So what that means is that, okay, I was raised in the church all my life, right? I do communion on first Sunday. I wear my choir robes on second Sunday. I get dressed in yellow for Women's Day in May. Like you have all these traditions, you know, and all these things that you've been taught to do and taught that this is what you have to do in order to be active in church, but you have no actual spiritual background or understanding because all you've been taught is tradition. So these millennials are now researching their spirituality and discovering new things, and they're finding out that what they've been taught is just rigmarole and it's not necessarily the spirituality part of it. And I feel like your music might target that group of people.
Yeah.
So how do you handle expressing yourself musically without putting yourself in that non-fugitive box, but still being able to cross over?
Honestly, when I started, and I started in 2001, this was right before G. Craig Lewis came out and said that hip hop was of the devil and started killing us off and whatnot, and we were getting persecuted in the churches or whatnot.
Right.
So when I first started, it was more or less like, oh my God, I need to go back to the box, because at least in the box I was safe. You know, and you start going to slave mentality. But then one day I noticed that the music was touching people who weren't in them four walls.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I have a choice to make, you know what I'm saying, between either making these cats happy that already know about this situation, or I can get up out of this whole entire thing and go to who I'm really trying to talk to anyway.
Right. And that's probably your purpose, right?
Exactly, 100.
Okay, so I want to play the song that you sent me.
Okay.
Do you remember what song it was sent? I don't have the full title. It says die to.
Okay. Then
what is it?
Let's Die to the Flesh.
Die to the Flesh. Okay. I couldn't pull it up to read the words. It wouldn't. For some reason, the words wouldn't pop up. But I did see that part, so I was going to just have you fill in the blank, which is what you did.
Yes,
so
yes.
I want to play the song because I really think it's dope, and you guys will understand, audience members, what I mean by the crossover feel that it provides. But it's really dope, and I really, really want you guys to support her. Where can they find your music?
iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, CD Baby. Google it.
Okay, she said Google her. All right, so we're going to play the song. Give me the title again.
Die to the Flesh.
And we'll be right back on the Frankie and Nycee radio show, iHeartRadio, as soon as I'm able to pull the music up. If you want to talk about how whack I'm going into these commercial breaks, you can call 708-223-8953. And not only will I let you talk, but then I'll tell you about yourself. And now again, we're going to be back on the Frankie and Nycee radio show, iHeartRadio. What's it on?
gotta do it every day. I cannot stress it enough. God wants us all to be holy, but we get caught up in the lust. Knowing the flesh is controlling man, and every day is a struggle just to keep my mind and my soul right, just to make sure my light is burning bright, and just to keep us saying like, boy, I know that you want me to tell you it's easy, but I cannot lie, boy. The enemy's job is to sip us like weed and make sure that we die, boy. You cannot play with your life. It's not like rolling them dice, cause in order to make it to heaven with Jesus, your flesh gotta die. I'm crucified on the regular, telling the devil to let go. You can't have my life, I sold it to Christ. He released all of my strongholds. He released all of them. Gave me a new name and wardrobe. Killing my flesh every day. Under control. I don't really want to do it, but I gotta do it anyway. Gotta die to this flesh that I'm living in. Gotta do it every day. I don't really want to do it, but I gotta do it anyway. Gotta die to this flesh that I'm living in. Gotta do it every day. So when I died in my pride, beat me to death, I commit suicide. So daily I die because the beast is inside. So I tell it goodbye. When the flesh try to ride, bang the scripture. I used to walk different, but now I walk holy past rest. I'm tripping, they no longer that I'm used to pursuing. Had me into my spirit was losing. If I continue, I knew I would lose it. Spirit and flesh, man, which one am I? The other is ruin. Flesh is so carnal, I know what I'm doing. I'm pulling out scripture, Philippians 2. The flesh gotta die, and I cannot lie. It's actually harder to die. We so caught up in the media's lies. Sleeping with sin, so I soul so tired. And homie, I'm tired of just getting by. Killing my flesh means I'm dying the eye. Dying the eye means I'm giving my life. Giving my life means I'm looking like Christ. The flesh gotta die. I don't really want to do it, but I gotta do it anyway. Gotta die to this flesh that I'm living in. Gotta do it every day. I don't really want to do it, but I gotta do it anyway. Gotta die to this flesh that I'm living in. Gotta do it every day.
And we're back on the Frankie and Nycee radio show on IntellectualRadio.com, iHeartRadio. What y'all just heard was Hot Doo-Doo. My girl, Sarita Campbell. It was so dope. Thank you. I'm going to keep Spotify place to go. Spotify. So, okay, what's the name of the project?
Bloody Hands.
Okay, that's the creepiest ever.
Oh my God, yes.
It's the creepiest cover ever. It's the creepiest cover ever. It's so creepy.
Yes.
I almost passed out at the sight of it. I was like, oh, blood.
Yes. Look, you know what? Now, honestly, I almost did too. Oh God. It was because I was pressed for time. Mine didn't work out. I was a graphic designer like you.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm for real, but I wasn't.
Just take his card. He's for hire.
But this guy came through for me, and I said, "Give me something," and he came back with a pen.
Oh, that was deep.
Yeah,
took a whole lot of thinking to get there, didn't it?
It really took a hand that was bloody.
So tell me about the title. Like, why Bloody Hand?
And because a lot of people don't even realize how many times that we really do have bloody hands, like a situation where it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? I believe that the music, the artists have some of this crime that's going on. They don't, but they got bloody, and that is every child that's lost, blood is on your hands.
Right.
And there has to be some type of accountability for that.
That was deep.
Real talk.
I was religious with it. I was thinking it was like treason, but I don't know.
We gotta get scratched. Dig deeper.
Go a little deeper.
Right.
Dig deeper. Okay, so how much of an effect do you feel that the millennial sound has had on your music? Do you have an impact from that music?
Yeah, because I mean, believe it or not, I do listen to it.
Okay.
Because the music is good. I'm a producer,
right?
So I produce my
which
own
is
stuff.
Dope.
Yeah. So I mean, I have to listen to it because you want to give something that the people gonna like.
Okay.
And we can make our own stuff, but it's sometimes good to have that, that extra person to verify that yes, they will actually listen to it.
Right.
So I mean, I do use it. I mean, I listen to more people who I can actually understand the words.
Right.
So Drake.
I love Drake too.
I do. He makes sense even though he sound depressed.
He is.
And that monotone sound like this, that sound get on my nerves sometimes.
He go up sometimes. He get on up there.
Okay. Yeah, he does. I this one day. I can't say it on the radio because it's a lot of curse words in it, but yeah. We'll talk about it later.
I love them though, but they do have an impact.
So who are your favorite impactful artists?
And of course, Drake is going to definitely be one of them. Of course, I love Jill Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Jill Scott is definitely probably my favorite soul artist next to Erykah Badu.
Okay. Yeah, she had to lean over.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep taking these jabs, Jack.
I didn't punch. I didn't punch that time. I don't have to.
But yeah, those cats pretty much. And of course, gospel artists, D Hattie.
Okay.
He's really hot. Jonathan McReynolds. And I don't do too much, but Ty Tribbett.
I love Ty Tribbett too.
Those are probably about the only three.
Okay.
That's it. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything else is just rhetorical.
No Shirley Caesar. No Kirk.
No, because I listen to her. She's from my state.
No
Shirley
Fred
Caesar got a single out with Anthony Hamilton.
Why?
Do they done put auto-tune on Shirley?
Man, I was like,
you know,
okay, Shirley. Okay, first,
Kirk
Pastor.
went with Kanye, so
Yeah. Well,
hey.
Kirk had a whole crazy album. Like the whole album is like full of stuff that you wouldn't expect.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
He tied.
Yeah.
Well, you know his.
And you know
came
what?
out.
He
That's
looking
what it
kind of
is.
sick.
You know.
He lost his religion.
Yeah, that's what I
the-
heard.
The actual CD.
Yeah, it's called Losing My Religion or
Yep.
something like
Yeah, because
that.
he turned back into Plies. I don't understand why people don't.
Okay,
hate his-
Plies?
He
You're
is Plies.
stupid.
They're the same person. You've never seen them in the same place at the same time. Same thing like Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson. You've never seen them there.
You said what?
Plies
I hate
and
you
Kirk
so much.
Franklin are the same people. I don't know. They the same height. They
Why?
the same face.
Dear baby Jesus.
Call on him because he needs it. I'm not the only one who says this. You know.
Oh
This
my
is a
gosh.
nationwide
Dear baby Jesus.
thing, man.
Wrapped in Billboard charts. Dear baby Jesus wrapped in Billboard charts.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Wow.
So I want to play this game since we're on goof mode. Okay. Because this is how we end every show. Frankie's top 5. Just like top 5, then 5.
Top five, top five, top five.
So I'm going to ask you to list your top 5 of whatever it is. Okay? First 5 things off the top of your head.
Oh man, that's gonna be
That's a
terrible.
lot. No curse words. Well, you don't curse. We do. But what?
I don't cuss at all.
He lies though. He lies a whole lot.
Oh, that's the
That's a
lie.
lie.
That's a lie there.
That's a lie.
Muslims don't cuss.
Oh, really?
They don't even.
Did y'all hear that in the back? Did somebody hear all of that in the back though? Okay, that's all I'm saying. So top 5 artists on your playlist.
Ooh, Drake, Chris Michelle, Fantasia. I forgot about her. Jill Scott and Erykah Badu.
Okay, what about you?
Dylon.
Even changed position.
Dylon.
Did I mention Dylon?
But
Give me a top 5.
My
Give me a
top
top 5.
five when it comes down to music, honestly, Jill Scott as always,
Yes.
Anita Baker,
Yeah.
Patti LaBelle, Luther Vandross,
Mm.
and the real cool day of course is Prince.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you notice everybody that he mentioned started out their careers in the 80s.
Which is
They
fine.
weren't the millennium.
Yeah,
Which is okay. I mean, because if we went there, I mean, their music is timeless.
I'm just saying.
Clearly, the music from the millennials will be lost. in
Clearly,
10
just
years.
saying. Just clearly.
Name a song from 10 years ago that's a millennial song.
I don't know. I don't
Exactly.
Hey, that Running
I'm
Man
working on
song
my-
was making it work.
What?
Running Man is coming back.
Oh yeah, but it ain't even the same Running Man.
No, the song that they dancing to.
Yeah,
But, that,
I know,
but,
it's
that's not,
just-
but see, once again, you ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing. You millennials ain't got nothing.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
so get on V103.
Top 5. Shout out to V103,
Absolutely.
who plays my single. Thank you.
Yes.
Top 5 things to do other than watching the Olympics. Let's go.
You go first.
No, you go first.
Oh, I need to.
Can I hear the question?
I'm gonna say it real slow so you can have some
Okay,
more
yes.
thinking time.
Yeah, yeah.
Top 5 things
Mhm.
to do other than watching the Olympics.
This is embarrassing, but I'm gonna throw it out there.
Let's go.
Produce music,
Mm-hmm.
fix some electrical equipment,
Mm-hmm.
music.
Dylon.
Let me change my face.
Right, Dylon.
Produce music and write songs.
Okay.
Mm.
Top 5
Um,
things to do other than watching the Olympics.
Let's see.
Oh, church.
That should have led the pack. You clearly,
I felt like everybody already knew I go to church every day.
I'm with her going to prayer, right? On Fridays, do my prayer.
Yes.
Then design work, right? So building brands, websites, and things of that nature.
Hey.
I'm shouting myself out. Hello.
Oh, that's a plug.
I need a come.
Shameless plug.
Rascal by design. I'm just saying.
You do
Also,
tattoos too?
yeah, I can't draw them. I got a couple people on the planet with my name on them. I don't think their husband's happy.
Oh no,
My name
that's
is-
creepy. I'm
Swin.
sorry.
Let's see what else. Play Madden, right? Because we, us non-millennials love Madden. Also,
That's the only way the Bears will win in your life.
it probably will be. I'm not even gonna front. It's straight. It ain't even a straight attack no more. This is real. And spend time with my family. That's it.
Okay.
Yes. He's had some good ones. You know what? I feel like a bad person right now.
Don't
Oh,
feel
you go
bad.
back. We're gonna
You
redo yours.
indulged
What's
in
your
your
five?
music.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Yes.
I
That was the bottom.
And take
two. Spending time with my family.
Yeah.
reading the Bible.
Quoting the Lord's Prayer.
Reading to the kids in front of a fire.
Listening to some good old fashioned Shirley Caesar.
There you go.
Auto tune.
And cooking. Right. And cooking for my family.
There you go.
Top favorite 5 producers. Let's go. Either one. It's okay.
Kanye West.
Yeah.
Kanye West.
Oh God, help me.
Dylon.
I hate his
Kanye
guts.
West and Kanye West.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm actually going to participate to relieve him because that was horrible. So my favorite producers, Pharrell Williams, number
Yes,
one.
Number one.
Number one.
Number
Timbaland. Timbaland, great
Timbaland.
producer. Fantastic producer. I like Anderson .Paak, great producer. I like, who else do I like?
Missy Elliott.
Missy, right. She's great. Well, who?
Jesus for 600.
Yes. Yes. He is the ultimate.
My daddy. It's the
Prophet Muhammad.
my
for
daddy.
7,000.
Hey, daddy, you produced the great millennial.
Oh, God. I think he's happy about that.
Hate your gut. Actually, he said I was his favorite. Okay, top 5 millennials, and we gotta go. Top 5 millennials.
Drake.
Okay.
Man. I don't know all of their names. Like Sean.
Big Sean.
That's
Kendrick
it.
Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
I like
Chance
Kendrick.
the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper.
Put me in your video, bruh.
Blessings keep falling in my lap. Okay, so thank y'all so much. Because we have to close up now for the next show to come on.
Yes.
Sarita, it was a pleasure. We want you to come back when you get ready to fully release the next project. We want
Yes.
we want to be one of the first people to play it for you.
Hey, thank you.
Khalif Rasul, thank you so much for being a great co-host.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for doing all the things that you have done for me and back too. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
So thank you for tuning in to the Frankie and Nycee radio show on IntellectualRadio.com, iHeartRadio. Back next week. Holla. Love y'all.
Yes.
Bye.